Mm, that's a good title. Imagine the fucking show's called Jack, or this episode's like protects his comrades, and 3 of the kids fucking die. Could you imagine what a bait and switch for the fucking title? Oh god, you know he would be attending those Diddy parties. He was fucking licking his lips chasing them kids. Oh, special abilities. What even is it? Is it like a telekinesis type shit? I didn't even consider the possibility of stabbing it so hard in the skull that it blows up. I had people in my comment section bitching that apparently in the source material, their guide wasn't in the source material. I don't know how true that is, if that was just a manga thing, because this is the absolute light novel. But like people are like, I don't know why they added that guy just to die. Maybe because it adds emotional weight? Crazy thought. Ooh, a little earthquake? An electric? Ooh, an electric blast coming. Ooh, that's nice. I thought it was just going to be Ohrun coming. Are you telling me the only reason we didn't know it was her is because she had a hood on? Damn! Step aside, former hero. The true hero's taking the throne. Why are you edging him on, though? What's your end goal here, girl? I don't like how you're talking. Who the fuck were you? Season 2. Or they're gonna need to be updated. I will commit war crimes that you didn't think possible. Totally joking. For legal purposes. Now, those are just some of the highlights. You want to see the full live reactions is over on my Patreon, but let's jump into a Jack of all trades. Party of None, Season 1, officially over. And to be honest, I think even without my threats, they're planning on that Season 2. And for her sake, I hope that's true because woo-hoo, I will be isekai myself. And I will be committing war crimes. This show was fucking great. I must have a kink. Because every week I like to thippity tap wander over to r/anime. Always love to see what those bozos are up to over there. And on goddamn repeat, should I watch this show? Should I watch this show? If you like shadow surface level characters. That's r/anime in a fucking nutshell. This show was fucking great though. And there was like one stupid moment with the hood came off. I might know that girl. And we'll touch upon that a bit later. But in general, I thought they did a really solid job at just making me really excited for a season 2. Like, it was satisfying stopping point. I think it would have been very easy to immediately resolve the conflict between former childhood friend and Ohrun, and then just leave it off as they were just going to immediately hold hands, sing Kumbaya, and that's how that would be. Instead, we de-escalated the situation while also teasing a kind of shield hero mechanic. Now, I'm not saying Shield Hero is like the first show to kind of do this, but it is the one that immediately got to my attention, where the concept of a main character's ability changing to different forms, while yes, in a show like Shield Hero, it's just different shields, but given the different abilities that Shields has, it never really just felt like it was only shields. Ohrun now has, like, his signature ability is his sword can change to different forms. And it's really cool. It's not the first time I've ever seen even just like a multi-form sword. Like at one point in this episode, he has a spear. When he's taking a what should have been a death blow, he turns it into a shield. He also has Deku's Black Whip from My Hero Academia. So there's a lot of really cool combat things I want to see from him in Season 2. But the big reason you want a Season 2 is the mystery surrounding his memory loss. Because while he feels like he knows her, he doesn't remember things. Where for her, realizing who Ohrun actually is, which the reason she was able to tell, is because, you know, she was able to see a form of an ability that only Ohrun would be able to do. So that immediately made her wake up and be like, oh my god, this is clearly Ohrun. I was lied to you. My mind's shattering. I don't want to fight him anymore. Where for him, it's like one of my most hated tropes. It's the I can clearly see your face. Slight hood removed. I know you, or I think I know you. And it's like, okay, sometimes with anime, it's a case of in the source material, she's wearing a mask, or in the source material, it's like completely covering her face. But like in this case here, right? Like you see her whole fucking face. And by the time the hood comes off, it's like, wait a second. I might know you. It's like, oh, for fuck's sakes. I hate those cliches, man. Is it enough to ruin the episode? No, but is it enough for me to roll my eyes? Abso-fucking-lutely. But I do like and what they're kind of implying here with her and where they're going to go with this, because there's a lot to explore in a season 2 with this dynamic specifically. How long, there's absolutely ways to write it where she comes to our side, given that her connection to Ohrun is so important, but she has a deep hostility for the side that Ohrun's on and thinks that they're behind a lot of nefarious things. So it isn't going to just be in a magical, we're immediately best friends. But I am excited because with season 2, there's a lot of interesting mechanics, such as the fact that his abilities now aren't limited to just a sword. So he has the ability to customize into different forms. That's his signature special ability. So we have a shield, we have a whip, which reminded me of Black Whip from My Hero Academia. There's a lot of cool things that they can do with combat. I think they already had fun combat with Ohrun to begin with, but now that he can change it into a spear, a sword, a long sword, a great sword, whatever, like there's so many things. It kind of reminds me of the shield hero mechanics in terms of like, even though at face value it's like, oh, it's just a shield, but there's like all these different abilities to the shields. I feel like that's kind of where he's at, and it'd be really fun to see what they do. Because we did get the fight in this episode with the Black Dragon, right? And I mean, I'm sure there's going to be some people who will see like the explosion effects that they do, and they'll be like, oh my god, it's stock footage effects. How dare they? And like, is this as good of a production as the one-on-one fight that Ohrun had with the Black Dragon? No, but it was a lot quicker and it served a different purpose. I thought it looked really cool, and I think the concept of exploring the mechanics of the dungeon would be really cool in a season 2, because we still don't know exactly why it could regenerate this time, because I don't even think the characters know. And I think there is just 2 possibilities, and either one would be interesting. Either A, the boss fights adjust for the people in front of them. So in this case, having Ohrun and a competent party means that it needs to be able to regenerate in order for it to be fair. Or what is probably likely, and I think is the most likely option, after enough defeats, when it respawns, it adjusts so it can hopefully not die again. That could also be a possibility. They had some fun times with this. And I mean, at the end of the day, there's a lot of things that they can explore. And I think the plot points have adjusted to being so much more interesting than just a man who has no party. Because the show's called Jack of All Trades, Party of None. And there are Neanderthals out there who unironically get mad that it's no longer a party of none. He has parties, he cancel the... That's the vibe I get. Because, like, I don't know what it is with people wanting to unironically waste their life. If you think a show's mid, after a few episodes, move on with your life. But if you seriously got 12 episodes in and think the characters are surface level, you have a church plotline, you have a memory manipulation plotline, you have a childhood friend who thinks the side we're on is evil, and hell, maybe she's right. Maybe we should just burn it all down, right? There's so many layers to this show, but people, I swear to God, watch with their eyes closed. You know how when like Oppenheimer and shit was coming out, there would be like those videos of like Subway surfers next to the screen to indicate that the current generation can't watch things without being distracted? Is this show the next Attack on Titan? No. But is it competently written? Yeah, I mean, there's some things I can nitpick about it, but it's not an average Banished Hero show. I skip out on a lot of Banished Hero shows because they're not my cup of tea, because I feel like they are often... With the way people bitch about isekai, I feel like Banished Heroes deserve more of that. Because I feel like they're way more common than an actual isekai is. But I don't know, man. People are fucking... They're crazy. They just... I don't know. They watch with their eyes closed. They determine what... And I used to be more like this. Like, I've had a very strong opinion. I'm not going to try this show. But that's the difference. Is at least I wouldn't try the show. I'd just move on with my life. I'd be like, no, I think it's going to be shit. I don't watch 12 fucking episodes of a great show that has me wanting to make it so countries have to update what is and isn't a war crime if I don't see a season 2, you know what I mean? But let me know your thoughts down below. What did you think of a really great fucking anime? How much do you want a season 2? If it's not damn near 100% I need a season 2, don't even let me know. Don't even let me know. Thoughts down below, though. Drop a like, share, support, subscribing, that bell, Patreon for live reactions you live over there, and other exclusives, because you know I got to give those video shows to my patrons, because they're why you get to see these YouTube videos at all. All right, so today we got Yoon, SK411, Marcus Nielsen, Get Zerged, Lynn Hamrick, Crowings, Backslash, and John Matrix. I appreciate the support. Please take care. You know, have a good one.